Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Gloomhaven. We're going to try again with the Noxious Cellar, but this time we're going to bring Harold down. I think getting some poison fun in should be good for us. Also, it's dropped our party level down ever so slightly because Orzat was level 7. And I think this is going to be a bit better balanced overall. Yeah, fingers crossed anyway. We're going to have a city encounter as per normal. And I was going to have a very quick look to see what kind of things we could put on this if we get the money for it. Improving the targets. Putting a wound on it would probably be really good. Disarm would be really expensive, but would just like be incredible. Yeah, definitely a lot of cool options. Right. City encounter. You awake in your bed to a sensation of someone shaking you, but when you look around you see no one else in your room. Instead you see it's the entire room that's shaking. Your thought immediately goes to the crystal you found in the mountains along the road. Quickly search through your belongings and grab the crystal in your hand. The earthquake immediately stops. Clearly this thing has some power and you need to deal with it before more damage is done. Let's ask the university. Yes, very interesting, a bookish Crotchwell says as he rolls the crystal over in his hands. It seems as if the crystal is attuned to a specific location, and once removed it begins vibrating until mountains and houses start falling down. I'd say you need to return it to its proper home, with the proper tools, which I'll need help paying for. I should be able to triangulate the location for you. Well, that's going to cost us 5 gold. Fairfox can pay for that. And a crystalline cave has appeared. Okay, we're not going to go there this time because I'm going to stick to the plan. But knowing that it's there, protect the crystal, kill all enemies. Okay, yeah, it would be cool to try it out. Right, back to the Noxious Cellar, and we're taking Harold this time. Let's get past all the dialogue because we've seen it before.
However, that's a stone. You descend.
Okay, loot a chest. Everyone has to do that. Cause a track be sprung or disarmed. I'm not sure if we're going to manage that. Because I don't think we've got any pull cards. Or push cards, I should say. No, we don't. So let's say no on that one and instead go for workhorse. Layabout, it's not going to happen, but the other option is also not going to happen. Okay, standard starts, Ancient Ward, and Venomous Ally down here. That'll allow us to do the disarming. It's going to be Frost Armor and Fire Orbs. That'll allow us to get a decent nuke going in that room. And what are we going to do with Harold? Possibly... Where's the Nightmarish Affliction is good. That'll get poison on things. Or we could go for Rot Maggots. What I really think is important is that we get poison on him so that we can do Virulent Strain next turn. So at the very least, I'd love to be able to move and poison something that's next to us. You know, it's not urgent at this point. So yeah, Nightmarish Affliction is good because it's going to get that curse out. We could also go for Spread the Plague. Let's try it. Right. The bear. The bear can go there. Okay, they're not really doing horrible things. Mostly the shaman is what I care about. And these are doing low damage attacks, so yeah. Getting poison on you. And disarm like that. That's a really solid start. Let's get a muddled skeleton out. And we'll get Ancient Ward back. Fire orbs. Okay, that's pretty solid. They're going to die in 2 turns. I don't think it's worth us using Frost Armor on this, because these are just going to do one damage or 2 damage. It's not much. So let's actually step in a bit and just make it harder for them to hit. Blech. No, they do not like that skeleton, do they? This has actually gone really well for us. So you and you are probably the best things to curse here, and poison. So we'll be able to kill him next turn. In the meantime, we'll just do what we can here. An extra 4 damage. That's alright. We could, yeah, get both of them back. Ah, I love it. One damage, that's what our armor is there for. Okay, so you guys are just going to die. So it's just you that we need to worry about. Flame Strike and... Oh, yeah. Flame Strike and Living Torch. So we're trying to go quickly. And we'll make it work. So I want to move quickly over here. We're going to be using Virulent Strain to get the damage on him. I hope he doesn't heal up first, but we'll make that work. And in amongst all of this, what are we going to do? Another Ancient Ward seems sensible. We don't need any healing yet, which is really quite good. And more. They're getting some poison out. The shaman's just doing some attacking. Or at least would if he was going to be alive. Oh, good job, skeleton. Right. Yeah, you're going to do some poisoning, and these are going to do big attacks. So let's go wallop. And then actually, we're going to step in here to protect this. But we're going to shield the bear. So the plan is for us to stab it with the axe next turn. Die! It's not amazing, but it's okay. Right, we'll try and do... Oh, we may as well consume light as well. Okay, he will die. But importantly, this guy did die. So we can... Ah, no, we're immobilized, so we can't do anything. But that's fine. They're both going to die this turn. This is going much better than last time. Famous last words, of course, but... This might hurt a bit over here with Harold. Yeah. Okay, disorienting Ver and energizing strike. Let's try and get the poisons healed on people. Do you have any healing? You do. You can use rot maggots to heal yourself up. Hypothetically, we can go paralyzing bite. To get a bit of stun off. And then rot maggots to do a little bit of healing on us. I don't know if that's a smart... No, that's not a smart move. We'll heal up after we've taken care of everything. So, Fetid Flurry. Fetid Flurry will attack one and curse, and we'll decide between the two of them which we actually want to do with that. And then Creeping Curse after. And over here... we should probably open the door with Reviving Ether. And let's say Cold Fire, so we've got choices for what to do. Okay, yeah, they're both bad, but the Scout is only doing local damage. Stab it with the axe. So much extra damage. Heal everyone up a bit. At least get that poison gone. I mean, this is attack 4. It will be at a disadvantage, but it's fine. You know what? I should have done the move first, because he's stuck where he is. Alright, let's have a look outside the room. And see what things like the Drake's doing. So the Drake's going to move 2. So it's going to go 1, 2, and then it's going to attack at range. So we don't want to be anywhere near it. The Shaman is going to move 3. Probably 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so actually if we back up to here, the Shaman's going to come quite a bit closer. We can get the Shaman killed next turn. Okay, Harold first. Paralyzing Bite is a pretty good choice. It'll allow us to get the Rot Maggots on ourselves. Or we could get the Nightmarish Affliction and... Let's go Nightmarish Affliction and Rot Maggots. Okay, over here. We'll do the 2 of these. And hopefully we can get the Shaman onto the problem place. If we open the door, we can use Forceful Swipe to move in. No, we can't, because if we're opening the door, then that's not happening. Okay, so let's say Punch Through gets us moving into the room. If we wanted. Or Relentless Ally would get us moving in. 1, 2, 3... But basically close enough to stab the next guy. The Shaman's just moving and healing. That's fine. The Drake is moving much further, but not before we've already done our own moving, and these guys are going to move and attack. So yeah, you're going to move 2 and attack 3. You're going to be poisoned and cursed before you do that, mate. Skip the ability on the bear. I mean, he's going to do melee, so actually waiting in here is not the worst idea. Let's pull all the way back. Oh, we can make ourselves invisible! Oh, amazing. Right. So, Doomed Compass. You just go to here. That's you done. We get to here. This is a really good place to be and be invisible. And then we can use Chromatic Explosion for what it... This is going so much better. It's just Harold I'm a bit worried about now. So go invisible. Who is the bigger threat, this thing? Almost certainly. Skeleton got really lucky. A little bit of muddle is fine. Gotta love the cursing. Okay, Patch Fur makes a lot of sense. Get that healing on Forceful Swipe, get another attack out. That's good. Down here, we're going to go Short Rest. No. Sure, we'll lose Frost Armor. It's a shame, but the other options are so bad. Flame Strike and Cold Fire. So we'll go Cold Fire down here and Flame Strike this way, I think. Ooh, actually. We could do Frozen Night again. And go invisible. So Flame Strike and Frozen Night. That means we could get a wound on you. Okay, and here, Paralyzing Bite, except we're actually just going to use the Black Knife and do it as a regular attack. And Vile Pestilence will allow us to open up the door and start other things moving towards us. Okay, they're going to move a tiny distance and attack it. Not that much range. Wallop. Good job, Bear. Heal up, mate. You know what, let's... No. With the poison, we can kill him and we can get a curse on all of them. Oh, I didn't quite kill him. Well, it is what it is. We'll just have to pepper him with some ranged blasting. What are the Drakes doing? Yeah, they're doing some nasty ranged attacks, but we can soak the damage. Yeah, he doesn't know what to do. Ooh, you're not actually in range. Okay, let's undo that. Or we could just get this and start moving towards the goal. Super powerful. And we haven't even used Reviving Ether yet. Ow. Ow. Okay, we're going to have a short rest over here. we'll lose Relentless Ally because I want to get Energizing Strike so we can get that poison healed on people. And I think we'll also go for Maul. Coldfire and Living Torch will move slowly, but that's fine. We'll blast and then like move on to the chest. And here, yeah, we could probably get away with Epidemic and Biting Gnats. We'll see how it feels. They're moving quick. Good job, Bear. Give it a whack. Oh, you're actually in range. Alright, we might need to lose Wretched Swarm. Ow. Needless to say, did not like that. Okay, well, seeing as he's sort of in range, I suppose we could have used our helmet to do the stronger attack. Let's step round the corner. I want him to come towards us. We've got a lot of movement, so I'm not worried about that. That's not great, but we'll make it work. That's really quite powerful. Okay, we'll lose Venomous Ally. We've done really well to save as many cards as we have, though. Okay, it's going to be Ancient Ward, and I need something that's going to get me in enough to use it. So punch through, so we can disarm these. Short rest. Sure, we'll lose that this time. Flame Strike to attack on the top, and Reviving Ether to be discarded for the bottom. That gets us the loot. I'm quite tempted to do a long rest, but actually I think I'll do a short rest and get the healing with Rot Maggots. I do like Fetid Flurry because it goes quickly. Let's go Spread the Plague and Paralyzing Bite and Rot Maggots. Unlucky Bear. Okay, step in. Get the disarm on both of them. And a wound. ×2. Okay, heal up first. What are these guys going to do? They're going to come scurrying around the corner. So that's fine. Get the looting. Get a blast. What we can do is, now that we've done that, we can actually swap the position of our Spellweaver with something that we don't want around, like the ooze. Not as useful anymore. Immediately not as useful anymore. Right, disorienting roar and patch fur, because we're gonna do that swap. Coldfire living torch. And what's most useful here? Fetid Flurry and Spread the Plague. We'll just try and maximize getting him gone. Oh yeah, those oozes are going to duplicate again, so we've got to get that switch done. Skeleton doing heavy lifting. Right, swap the positions of the elite ooze and the Spellweaver. Surprise! Okay, we'll go for this first. Okay, it's pretty solid. Spitting Drake. Skeleton's still in it thanks to that shield. Okay, we want to damage this as much as possible before it duplicates. It's not amazing. You know what, come stand here. Okay, forceful swipe, borrowed essence. I think now might be the time for us to do reviving ether, but let's do a short rest. Losing living torch, fine. So flame strike and reviving ether. We can move in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 range? Anything 4 range? Biting gnats. So, but biting gnats is also what gets us moving in. So not really. Okay, well, we'll use this to move in, and we'll have Vile Pestilence as just a thing. Actually, no, let's use Epidemic. So we're moving a little bit faster, but this doesn't have the range on it anyway, so that's fine. The oozes is splitting again. We've been disarmed, but that's fine because we're not actually doing any attacks. Burn 2 discarded cards. We'll lose... We'll lose Patch Fur, and we'll lose more... Maul allows us to move quickly. and Ancient Ward. Damn, that's not what I was hoping for. Cool, got it killed. This is going to do 5 damage to us, but it's going to move us a lot closer to the chest. So we'll take the 5 damage. You're disarmed, so that's not a thing. In fact, because we're disarmed... In fact, no, this is a great place to be. Yeah, just skip the attack. Recover all the cards. We're going to go Fire Orbs next turn. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, you've got time for a long rest. Over here, we're going to go quickly. So it'll be Frost Armor and Fire Orbs. Nightmarish Affliction is range 3. Vile Pestilence will get us a little bit closer. I think that'll work. So the Shaman is going to do some cursing. It's okay. It's annoying, but it's fine. Ha! Brilliant! Okay, that one did nothing, but it's good enough. And at this point, I think yeah, you're going to do like ranged poison attacks. Come in and soak up the poison. Okay. Step here. And we'll get poison on you guys. Lucky. Painful, but fine. That's why we like the curses. Skip the ability on the bear. Okay, we will lose Borrowed Essence because there's no need for us to have it. More will allow us to move 1, 2, 3. Energizing Strike just because we need something else to do. We can Cold Fire this group. That's quite nice. Frozen Night, Cold Fire. I think we'll do a long rest over here, get some healing. So the Shaman's going to die before he heals. The Oozes are going to do a little bit of healing, but hopefully we'll have them killed before that. That's our bear done. So the shaman just dies. Okay, so cold fire, including the stun on these. This one is going to die by itself. And they are nuked. That's 5 damage. You know what, let's come to here and start looting. I think we might manage this. I mean, we have left this horrible, like, oozing basement section over here, but... There we go, it died. That's exactly what we needed. Plague Herald heals up just a little bit. We will lose... Epidemic, because there's no need for us to have it. Okay, so Harold. Biting gnats moves quickly. That'll allow you to move 4, and if we're using our winged shoes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need you to move slightly, or that we have a different move. Paralyzing Bite will get us all the way in. And Vile Pestilence, why not? The users are going to replicate again. Okay, well, we can use this with the jump. In fact, let's go to there, because you can loot this, and then next turn you can loot that. Zoom! Skip what the bear's doing. We'll come in here, and next turn we'll grab the chest. Get a little bit more gold. I'm quite glad that, you know, we've isolated that problem. Short rest. Literally just go for those two. May as well do a long rest. And you'll do these. Loot the chest. Loot the chest. Look at that. That poor Vermling scout. He is in the worst place. Well, Harold definitely didn't get the workhorse experience from that. He spent a lot of time tucked out of the way, but as a ranged character, he still did alright. Long rest, burn, cold fire. And that brings it to a close.
Inside the chests, you find the pieces to a gruesome staff, adorned in maggots, with a decayed skull at its head. When you grab the last piece, another set of hidden doors slides open behind the chests. Judging that you have no choice but to take this new route, you enter. After a while, you come upon an intersection of 4 paths, where you rejoin your party and follow the final path back up to the surface.
So we got one of the bits. It's a shame these two weren't the other way around. It really is. Because the amount of XP that we got. Spellweaver got 11 and the Plague Herald got 3. Still, another part of that quest done. Plenty of money on that as well.
You return to your quarters and piece together the fragments of the staff. Despite its fearsome appearance, you cannot discern its function. You do, however, notice some carvings on the shaft. Deciphering them with the help of the tome, you find instructions to enter a secret room in one of the crypts you had previously searched. You have your next destination.
Intriguing. 12 XP. And the crypt basement has been identified. We got one more stab with the axe, which I'm really quite happy about. And another step on the personal quest is done. Alright, well, we have level ups to do, so let's have a look at these. Firefox first of all. So hitting level 6 gives Primal Blessing, which is pretty nice. Move to swap positions with your bear, move 2. Or Blood Hunger, after your bear's next 5 attacks, it heals itself. And it's got... That's really nice for the attack and heal on the bottom for the bear. I think we'll go for Blood Hunger. And I'll swap out Forceful Swipe for that. Focus will keep those wounds being useful. Or we could start on some healing. And it does add 2. I mean, it's only heal 1, but it's pretty damn useful. You know what? Heighten. Let's start just improving the pure quality of what we've got. Okay, Harold. Well done, mate. All enemies with poison suffer 1 damage or 2 damage instead. That's nice. Poison range 5, target 3. That's, yeah. Accelerated end, I like it. Or once during each of your move actions, you may suffer 1 damage to deal 3 damage to any one enemy with poison. That's during each move action. Or all allies with poison may recover up to 2 of their discarded cards. I mean, both of those are burned abilities. I think Accelerated End is a lot better. Yeah, I think we'll go for Accelerated End. I don't know if we'll bring it out unless there's a specific mission that we want it for. But I think it gives us a lot more direct utility. And over here we're going to add another stun because extra stun is always good. Alright, well that's unfortunately all we have time for this episode. Finally got there. Only took us 3 attempts. But yeah, really glad we're moving this quest forwards. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Gloomhaven. See you soon.